The NFL should be very afraid of what the Chiefs just did to the Texans. We're going to talk about it. Good morning, Chiefs Kingdom. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Appreciate you guys being here this Monday morning with all chiefed up. Do us a favor, hit that like button, get this out to more people. And right now, we're going to talk about who's powering this live stream.
Yep, this one's powered by BetUS. Head over to betus.com. Check out what they got going on. Right now, if you use the code YouTube150, you're going to get a 150% deposit match bonus on your first deposit. On those next two deposits, you're going to get a 125% deposit match bonus. These are up to $2,000, so take advantage of all those free plays. The site's easy to use. There's plenty of props. Go to betus.com. Use the promo code YouTube150. Let them know All Chiefed Up sent you their way. Steve, let's talk about Chiefs versus Texans a little bit. We didn't do a post-game. Okay, cry me a river. We didn't do a post-game because why?
We have lives and stuff.
We had to take the family somewhere, so I couldn't just drop everything. And we couldn't just make the kids cry at Christmas, Steve. You just can't do it. As much as we don't want to do it.
Go to your room. We have to talk about Chiefs right now.
Chiefs
football, baby.
The kids have to have a magical experience. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about Chiefs versus Texans, Steve, because I thought 27-19 Chiefs, I almost got the score right. First, I said 27-24. The Texans didn't put enough points on the board. Why did I think the Texans were going to score more than 19? I don't know. But I'll say this. That may have been the best-looking offensive game and defensive game we've played all year. Like, together as a unit, I was pleased. I thought we looked very good versus a pretty good
Mike,
team.
Let's give this effing team a round of applause, baby. Let's go.
God. Are they getting it together at the right time?
The offense, they're starting to click. We've been talking about it all freaking season. Like, come on, man. Maybe this will make it click. Maybe this will make it click. Was it Hollywood Brown?
It was Hollywood.
Was it Hollywood?
It's looking like it was Hollywood.
Everybody
right
nowadays, Hollywood. Let's go.
Hollywood had himself a game. For his first game back, 5 catches, 45 yards, and he had a long of 20. He had 8 targets, and honestly, Mahomes missed him on some gimmies.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't care. Mahomes was the highest graded Chief the other day at like 90.2 on PFF.
Right.
Round of applause for Patrick Mahomes, everybody.
And he had room to grow. He had room to grow.
Well, that's been the story of this offense the entire season. They have room to grow. It doesn't matter how good they look in small little sections. They still struggle from time to time, and it's like he was like, "Why are you complaining? The team's 13-1, 12-1, 11-1, whatever it was." And it's just like there's so much room there. Like they could be so much better. So of course you're like, man, what's stifling them? But they did. They had their best offensive performance against the Texans the other day, and I think that Patrick Mahomes looked much, much better.
Oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes ended up having 260 yards and a tutty. He should have had 2. Justin Watson's going to drop a gimme right there. He actually missed, I want to say, no, Xavier Worthy couldn't get his feet in bounds on one. That might have been it.
That was a tough one, though.
That was a tough throw, tough catch. For the majority, I thought the Chiefs actually looked good the other day. The Texans were a pretty good football team. I know that they're only 9-6 right now, but they've dealt with some injuries too. Nico Collins was a flat-out handful. Tank Dell with a hell of a catch in the back of the end zone, and then that gruesome leg injury. Like hopefully he'll recover from that one. Dude, it was crazy. But the Texans, pretty good football team. I think they're very solid. What did they do? They tried to turn into the Houston Warriors. They went out and tried to buy themselves one this year. I don't really think it's gelling, just perfectly proper. They don't have Stephon Diggs. They went out and got him. He didn't get to play. Tank Dell's battled injuries. Nico's battled IR. So, I mean, they've had some injury problems, too. It seems like the NFL's just been plagued with injuries this year. So,
yeah,
we're not immune to that. We've been one of the worst in football with that. But I thought the Chiefs played a heck of a game, man. To me, it was the best game front to back in all 3 phases that we've probably played. And love to see it this time of year.
Yeah, for sure, man. And on a side note, at the risk of sounding like an asshole here at Christmas time, prayers for Tank Dell. That was a nasty injury. But at the same time, why are we crying like he was dead? Like, what were they doing? That was the most overdramatic thing I've ever seen come from the Texans. And I think that's why they lost.
Spread sad Christmas cheer like that.
Look, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not.
You are.
Feel for the guy because he just came off another injury. He's been shot, and now he broke his leg. And it's like, I feel bad for him. But what was happening?
I forgot about that.
We all stopped and cried for 25 minutes.
Steve, he cared.
Bruh.
His QB cared. Patrick Mahomes out here taking out his own QBs for the season. He didn't give a crap.
Look,
and then, hey, leave him alone.
No, but seriously, that does suck. So, I hate that for Tank Dell. But Mike just left me. He got so mad at me. He got so mad at me talking about the Texans. He just completely left me. But yeah, man, overall, I think that I am rocking the Darth Vader Christmas sweater. Kyle, you like that? But overall, I think it was a much better game for the Chiefs that we've seen all year, and even the defense, Mike. I thought they had a hell of a day. And you know who showed up when it was needed the most?
Who?
This kid by the name of Josh Williams. That people were dogging.
That was a nice sack
year, right?
there.
That was a hell of a sack.
Nice sack. I don't know what happened to my camera just now. It just pushed me to a whole new camera.
I thought you got mad at me.
You thought I did it. No, the program that we used just said you're not allowed to use that camera anymore, and they pushed me to some camera that don't even exist.
Yeah,
so that's why I went black. So blackout.
Well,
it's
Mike,
cool.
Another thing I want to talk about in this game, and I think it's very important to talk about, is Xavier Worthy had his best game as a Chief. And like you said, there was a little meat left on the bone there. I think it could have been even more. It could have had a 100-yard day. Had the touchdown, just looked good. I'm sure Hollywood attributed to that, just being on the field. Mike, there were several times where they were in trips. There was a bunch of plays with Hollywood, Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins together. That's a handful for anybody.
Yeah. Dude, Xavier Worthy had a good game. The thing about Xavier Worthy is they got on the ball quickly, and they used him in different ways today or the other day that just feels, I don't know, it feels like more of like a Chiefs-style offense the way we were running it the other day. And was that the addition of Hollywood Brown? I think so, because Hollywood was another piece that they had to prepare for. It wasn't just, put some guys over the top and bump Xavier Worthy off the line or whatever. But Xavier Worthy actually, out of 65 receiving yards, he had 61 of those came from yards after the catch.
It's a beast, bro.
So only 4 yards came without him actually getting more yards after the catch. So pretty crazy.
Xavier Worthy could work during the offseason to really, I don't know what he's got to do. I'm not like an expert, but let's work on them legs. Let's do whatever you got to do. If he could stop being shoestring tackled, he would be a nightmare for teams.
Though, we see shoestring tackles are just something that happens in the NFL.
It's does, weird. But it happens to him an extra
It's
amount.
Weird. Like, have you ever noticed, it's like the NFL, it's like you have to go down on shoestring tackles. But then you've got like 1 or 2 jerks that just won't follow the script, kind of like Marshawn Lynch was. And you can't take those guys down for nothing. It's like everybody else is just out here acting. And then these guys are just like, nope, I refuse. And then they're just beasts.
Let's take a couple of these comments real quick, and then I want to get into the only 2 critiques I have of the entire game for the Chiefs. So we'll talk about that in a second. But Jay Kelce with a 2-bomb. Appreciate you, Jay. He dropped another one and said, let's freaking go Chiefs, and Merry Christmas to the ACU crew. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Jay.
Merry Christmas, Jay.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
You, brother.
Bryant Williamson with the 5-bomb says, can we get a town cry, Steve? I don't know. Can we get a town cry, Mike?
I guess you can. Go for
Hear ye! Hear ye! The Chiefs kicked the Texans' ass the other day, and it was a beautiful sight to see. Appreciate you, Bryant Williamson. About time. Been a member for 9 months now. Says horned up for another month in popping them blue chews. The Chiefs were popping blue chews the other day, I think.
Dude, I was
Xavier Worthy was dropping a blue chew.
Impressed by the way that was Hollywood Brown's first game back. His first game ever as a Chief, to be honest.
Right. I mean, he had one play in the preseason.
And it was very, very, it looked natural. It looked good. The timing wasn't that far off. Just the way the field opened up. If Kelce and Mahomes could get that little bit of chemistry back, it could get dangerous. Those two just look so far
They're
off
very
the same
off
page
right now. Yeah, you don't see that a whole lot, but we've seen it a lot this year. So
you don't. I think is there some trouble in paradise?
I don't know. It's
like they're just arguing a little bit. You know, like a little couples quarrel. They're not arguing, but you know what I mean. Like something just don't feel right there.
Something's a little off. KC Lions squad with the 2 bombs. This Kareem Hunt should be the short yard back, period. We're going to talk more about that in a minute, my man, and we'll get to it. And then Bryant Williamson with another 2 says, we look in sync, LOL. And Mike, you're Joey Patone. Or Fatone. Fa-la-la-la-la-tone. Mike is a bit of a Joey Fatone.
What can I say?
I have to say this. I've never seen Mike and Joey Fatone in the same room together.
I don't know. I can't argue that. I don't think I have either.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. 2 bomb from KC Lions squad says Pickens will miraculously play against the Chiefs. I'm sure everybody will try to play against the Chiefs, right? He'll be out there and whatever he needs. I don't even know what's wrong with Pickens. Has he got the flu? Did he hurt his ankle? Did he pull a hammy? I don't even know. You know why? Because I don't care about the stupid Steelers. But he'll be there. Count it. Hannah with the 2 bombs says Worthy heating up at the same timeline as Rice last year. That's something that Matt Nagy was talking about in his presser. He said that the progression of Xavier Worthy reminded him a lot of Rashee Rice last year. And I could see where it's coming from there. I think they're different, obviously. But I do think they can both be very, very effective receivers in this league. And, I mean, here's the thing, though. I kind of feel like Xavier Worthy started a little hotter than Rashee Rice did. I feel like Rashee Rice was a little slow, and then bam. But Xavier Worthy's been contributing all year long. There's been games where he's not done much, but, I mean, I feel like he's been contributing since day one pretty much.
Yeah, well, 2 different kinds of receivers, 2 different kinds of offensive game plans for those guys. Worthy's been a consistent guy that's had 2 or 3 carries a game, it seems like. He's getting plays out of the backfield. He's getting reverses and sweeps and you name it. They're looking to get him in the game plan more. And it's kicking up big time. I think he had 3 carries this week.
Yeah. Hey.
So, I mean, he's just getting a lot of touches right now, which is
good.
Give
him the ball. KC Lions squad with a 2 says, can we stop taking deep shots to Justin? It's like I said, I had a couple of critiques, right? And I wanted to talk about them. And ACU crew is just, they have their finger on the pulse because they've hit on 2. Okay?
You only had 2, so they're batting 100?
Yeah.
1,000, my bad.
Batting 100. They're
100%. They're batting 1,000 here.
So the first one I want to talk about, and this is no shade to Isaiah Pacheco.
That means it's shade.
No, it's not. It really isn't. I love the kid. I think he's a great running back. Kareem Hunt is better than him. At this juncture, Kareem Hunt is better than him. He has better field vision, and he is a better running back than Isaiah Pacheco. And that's not being... And you know what? If Kareem Hunt wasn't playing with the Chiefs in this offense and the way they fit together so well, I might not even say that. But right now, he's the guy that needs to be getting the ball. I'm sorry, we saw it over and over again.
I agree. In the weeks that Pacheco was out and we had Kareem Hunt, we were more efficient running the ball. I want to say we averaged more yards per carry. But Kareem Hunt's a little older. He needed a guy there that could take some carries off of him. But with Pacheco now, our featured back over the last 3 weeks, our EVAs went down. Our just everything's down a little bit with the run game. It's actually not even just a little bit. It's taking a drastic fall. So, and it's no shade against Pop, but Kareem Hunt in this offense, it was just like a match made in heaven. And you can see it still works. The way he runs the ball, the way he picks up on short yardage, Pop just still has that antsy run up the back of his lineman kind of thing.
Exactly.
Just the field vision is just not there yet. I mean, will he ever get it? I don't know. It just feels like it's not his style.
I don't think that's something you learn. Honestly, I don't. I mean, even back when we played football, like in high school and stuff, it's like there were guys that just had it and some that didn't. And I don't think you just pick up on it. Like, I feel like that field vision, which is the big part of why Kareem Hunt is more successful than Isaiah Pacheco, I feel like it's just you either have it or you don't. And that's something that we talked about. The style the Chiefs are when they're running the ball. I mean, they're always in the gun, right? Mahomes is not under center. So they're always in the gun. Every freaking run play we have is essentially some kind of delayed handoff. Okay, at that point, you can either have Isaiah Pacheco, who's going to run 100 miles an hour into the back of a blocker, or you can have a guy that's going to play that more Le'Veon Bell style, where he stops, sees the field, hits the hole, goes. That's what Kareem Hunt does, and he does it very effectively. And we saw it the other day, and we've seen it all season long. And the thing about it is, Mike, just the run game in general, Andy's gone away from it again. Like, it's getting to where he looks like he's allergic to running the ball, and I don't think that we can be doing that. I think we've got to bring that run game more to the forefront, especially with the playoffs coming up, and that's going to open up everything else. But I think Kareem Hunt's where it's at, man.
I'll give Andy credit. He did run the ball 20 times, and then if you put the 3 Xavier Worthy carries on there, he ran the ball 23 times the other day. So Hunt actually had 11, Pacheco's 9. Hunt was averaging 5 yards a carry. Pacheco was averaging 2.9. Kareem Hunt looked like the better back the other day. Just hands down the better back. He even almost looked more explosive at times, which is odd, because if Kareem Hunt had that same explosiveness he had in those first few years, that's why he was so special in this offense. Like you said, it was like Le'Veon Bell with some explosion. So you just sit back, you let the play develop, you follow your blockers, and you burst through the hole. He misses that a little bit now because he's not as explosive. But
if he had the speed of Pacheco, it'd be insane. I mean, he doesn't have that top end speed either. But,
well, yeah, he never had that top end
speed,
but
and it's okay. That's not necessary. Obviously.
You don't need it. To be honest, though, when it comes to short yardage, again, Pacheco. I like Pacheco. He's got this nice. He's gonna smack you in the mouth. He's like a bull in a china shop. I get it, but sometimes. He's actually lost weight this year. He's just not a guy that's really going to carry a pile. Now, can he do it? He can do it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
But very much consistently getting shoved into a bunch of 300-pound linemen, I would any day rather have him. I'd almost rather have Carson Steele run the ball short yardage than that.
Yeah.
On fourth. But what was the deal with the play call?
That's what
same play call
Mike,
twice?
I love it. I love that you said that, because I was getting ready to say I want to lump in some of the play calling with this run game kind of critique thing. And we saw it. Like 3rd down, 4th down, let's run the exact same play that goes nowhere. The play calling, it's still a little sus. It's still a little sus. I don't understand that one at all. Like, that one blew my mind.
So what's your second? You come out and you said your first is the run game.
Mm-hmm.
What's your second critique?
Justin Watson being on the football field.
I'm going to counter that one, though.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Will I counter that?
No, you're not. You know why? Because it's not necessary. I mean, it's really not necessary. What do you think the majority of Andy Reid's offense plays call for? Get that off my screen.
I'm just showing you. Justin Watson took 39 snaps.
Right. Ridiculous.
He took 3 more than Hop.
53% of the offensive snaps Justin Watson was in.
Yeah, he took 3 more than Hop.
Let me look, man. Like I was asking, what do you think is the average play for Andy Reid? How many receivers are on the field?
3.
Okay, then why the hell is Justin Watson out there? What are we doing? Like, we can name 4 receivers right now that are light years ahead of Justin Watson.
We can, but look, who's he really battling with? It looks like he's. Like, his snaps are not – so 74 was how many they ran. So if you look, Juju – let's see, Justin Watson ran 39, Hop ran 36. So that's all of them pretty much. That's 74. That's actually 75. How's that even – so they were out there for one play together, it looks like.
Justin Watson had 3 more snaps.
Well, I guess they're out there a bunch of times. They don't necessarily exclusively play the same position. But it's just Juju. He's just out-snapping Juju. And
why,
to be
though?
honest – well, because think about it. Juju also is not the most healthy guy in the world. He's already battled tons of injuries this year.
I understand.
He's got all that. And then so if you give D-Hop 50 and 60 snaps, why are you doing that? You got to save a little in the tank for D-Hop. He's a little older. Juju and D-Hop are a little more got a lot more on their bones than Justin Watson.
Do you think that's going to change though come playoff time?
Yes, I do. I 100% believe that does change. I believe once playoffs get here and it's winner go home, and he's going to play the 3 best. Now, will Justin Watson still get plays? Absolutely. Justin Watson, he's a decent blocker.
Oh, God.
That's all he does, basically, though. He's an MVS
because that's what I want.
Hands.
That's what I want with my receivers. I want them to be great.
Yeah,
blockers.
I get it. I totally understand that, but but they're just not going to play. They're not going to play D-Hop.
Mike, I'll accept that answer. I'll accept that answer that they're just trying to. I
honestly
preserve.
believe they're just trying to preserve. At this point in the season, why not?
I'll agree with that
because Justin Watson was open. He dropped the ball, but he was open. So
right, but here, can I just? I guess what I'm trying to say is, like you're saying,
maybe Mahomes could have threw it 2 inches less.
It doesn't matter. You said he's out snapping Juju, right?
Yeah, he did. He outsnapped him by like maybe 13 or 14. Well, it's not even that crazy.
I know that Juju has his issues, and I know that he has health problems and stuff, but when's the last time that Justin Watson had a 130-yard game for us?
Yeah, never.
Exactly. That's my point.
But I don't even think those two play the same position on the field.
It doesn't matter.
Juju works better in crossing routes and intermediate routes, and Justin Watson's out there stretching the field.
In a day where I saw Hollywood Brown back, and he was playing for the Chiefs.
He's still playing the MVS row, and nobody else is playing that consistently. I don't even think D-Hop should play the MVS row.
I don't think there should be an MVS
stretching
row.
The field.
Just take that role and shove it up your butt somewhere.
Well, Andy loves that role, so
it's so stupid.
It's there, and it's going to happen. So, I mean, there's really only him because Juju's not that, and D-Hop's not that.
All right, I'll stop the negativity on Christmas, okay? I'll accept it.
You're being an ass today.
No, I'm not.
To a lot of people.
I'm not. Who?
You were mean to C.J. Stroud for crying about killing his best friend in the end zone.
Dude, that was ridiculous. Like, they made you think something was bad wrong.
It was. The dude's leg snapped off his body.
I saw it. I saw it. It was gross.
G.I. Joe for Christmas, and some little kid just snaps his little leg off.
Look, man, I'm sorry, but that was unnecessary.
Oh, my God, this guy.
It was unnecessary. It was
negative
overdramatic.
On Christmas.
No, but there's not a lot of negative things to talk about with this game. For the first time this season, I feel like this is a game where 90% of the discussion is going to be positive. And that's a good thing because I feel like we're hitting the stride at the right time. Mike, you think we'll see if this can sustain, coming up on Christmas Day? I mean, because we're playing the Steelers, they have a pretty good defense.
Well, I mean, they only get about 12 hours to rest.
Right.
So let's see what happens.
Let's go take a nap. But did you hear that in the background when Tank Dell got hurt, by the way?
What?
Like if you turn the volume up really loud sometime through the 20 minutes, somebody said, "He needs some milk."
I didn't see that. That's stupid. That's so stupid too, by the way.
I don't know. It happened though. But no, man, this offense, I feel like you said it earlier. It is the best offensive performance we've had of the season.
It was
most consistent.
It looked more like a Chiefs offense. Look, but I'll tell you why. It's because we kept saying that if Mahomes will stop holding the freaking football. It's been his whole problem all year. Get the passes out.
I think he did a pretty good job of that.
Oh, it was his fastest of the season at 2.5 seconds. His quickest since week 4. I take that back. Week 4. Wasn't week 4 like a nice week? No, wait, week 4 was the Chargers. Okay. But anyways, one pass attempt is all he had over 4 seconds. That's coming from Next Gen Stats. So Patrick Mahomes got the ball out quickly and efficiency. In under 2.5 seconds, he was 17 of 19 for 155 yards and a touchdown. Should have been 2. So, I mean, just a great day by Mahomes because he finally figured out to make quick decisions.
Well,
this
Mike,
offensive line is not built.
We've been talking about it all season,
right?
Like,
it's not built to hold
Pat.
4 and 5 seconds. No offensive line of football is built to hold 4 and 5 seconds. Like that is a bad misconception by fans league wide. They think that offensive linemen should be able to protect quarterbacks for 4 and 5 seconds in the pocket, and that's
not
just
realistic.
not true.
That's not realistic either.
The number 1 player in football has 2.9 seconds.
Mike, they're not getting these pass rushers off of Craigslist. Like, that's not realistic. I'm sorry. It just isn't. But, Mike, it's frustrating almost because we've been saying this all season long. Like, Pat is a tick off, and we think it's because he's pressing. He's holding on to the ball for too long. Just get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. How many times have we said that over the last few weeks?
Get the ball out, get it to your playmakers.
And that's exactly what happened, and it was a beautiful thing to see.
That was Tom Brady's entire career.
100%.
It was less than 2 seconds. He dropped back, and about 90% of his passes went to an underneath slant or a whip route to Julian Edelman or Wes Welker. Or somebody like that.
Justin Watson could have been great with that team.
Dude, it's just one of those things. Like, yes, he would take his deep shots, but you better believe it's when he lulled the defense to sleep. And we seen that the other day. Patrick was able. He had a few deep shots.
That's how you opens things like that.
That's how you do it. You have to get that
the
defense
run game
to come in and respect
and that kind of thing. Absolutely, Mike. Let's get to some comments here. Hannah with the 10 bomb says positives on offense. Better play calling from Andy made Houston pass rush irrelevant. The play calling, we did complain about the play calling a little bit, but overall, I think it was a better called game than what we've seen. So I agree with you, Hannah.
There seemed to be more, if I could say, there seemed to be a little more cohesiveness. Like it looked like there was a plan.
Yes, it didn't look so disheveled and just all over the place.
Yeah, it looked like there was a goal in mind here.
Yeah.
And there's been games where it looks like they're just like throwing darts at a dartboard.
Yeah. QB1 protecting the ball. He had 9 interceptions in his first 7 games and only 2 in the last 8. So, yeah, I think that comes along with not pressing. Like, slow down, get the ball out quicker, get it to your playmakers, let them work. I mean, you're going to throw a lot less interceptions when you're not holding on to the ball for 5 or 6 seconds and slinging one down the field into triple coverage. It's just, it's not rocket science. And I think Patrick's just, he's starting to settle. And it's good to see. 0 picks in 7 of his last 8 games. Mike, the way that the season started, I mean, that's a hell of a stat for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. But a lot of dude, a lot of the stuff he had, even picks in general, wasn't really Patrick Mahomes' fault. He had some of the flukiest plays there ever was.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, even the Saints, Juju had a great game, but Juju just flips one up in the end zone and gets it picked. Remember, Beaky picked one off.
Yeah.
So it's like the flukiest plays happen with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Flapjack in the house with the 2 bombs says, how about that HJ pass fumble? What about it, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know why everybody's crying and complaining.
Dude, this might be this. I like that play happened, and let me tell you why. The fact that has been the internet's biggest achievement this year is just calling this play out and being like, see, this is why we told you that the refs cheat for the Chiefs. Literally, they're just putting it on blast. We've seen it all over the internet that they are absolutely certifiably insane. They're stupid. They're ignorant. They live in an alternate reality. Both of those calls were correct.
Yes, the Chiefs have caused people to go just straight football delusional. It is nothing. It is nothing more than confirmation bias.
Yeah,
that's all it is. People want to say the Chiefs get favors, so they will go through every single game, screenshot every little thing.
Well, I'm glad they're using this one for an example because they look pretty
This is Monday Night
stupid.
Football tonight. I will guarantee you, if I really wanted to, I could go through that game and I could screenshot a holding on every single play that will not get called.
That's the thing. I hate the screenshots because half the time the holding isn't even holding. You took a screenshot. I'm sorry, but if a defender is doing a rip move or doing a spin, it doesn't matter if you hold them because they put themselves in that position. You can't just take a screenshot of that and be like, look, they're holding. That's not what happened. Watch the game.
Patrick Mahomes, that was not a fumble.
No, not even close.
It was just not a fumble. You can clearly see he gets hit in the face mask. He gets a shot to the head. He gets forearmed. Wow. So the point is that, yes, I know everybody in the world and their grandma wanted the Chiefs to lose, and they just wanted nothing more than to see, the Texans get that fumble and run it back. But if you live in a world where you think Carl Cheffers helped the Chiefs, you don't understand life because we made that guy cry last year.
Yeah.
He is not doing the Chiefs any favors.
And he wasn't. Did we all forget about the first drive not the first drive, but the first touchdown drive from the Texans?
Right. George Karlaftis is getting held.
That was a hold. And you can watch that on video.
Look, you love screenshots. There's a screenshot of Justin Reed getting his head ripped off. There's plenty of things on both sides.
Dalton Schultz pushed off blatantly on that play.
There's plenty of things both sides. You have to overcome that. Officials are not going to call everything. If they called every penalty the way people wanted it to be called, the game would still be being played.
Yeah, true. Hannah with the 2 bombs says Cream's vision sees holes is better than Pop's. Absolutely, Hannah. I think that's apparent. I think everyone can see that. Jacob with the 2 says keeping Juju and D-Hop healthy for the playoffs. I have to go with you and Mike. You and Jacob, Mike. I think that has to be the answer, right? Why else would we see Justin Watson out there so much?
Yeah. Well,
Casey Lion Squad.
You may need Justin Watson, right? Like,
I get it, and he'll come through in big time sometimes. Like,
and I'm just saying, like, you can't just send the guy to the pit, and then if you need him in the playoffs, be like, well, you haven't played a snap since week 6. Now go out there and do it.
I understand.
Like, I would rather keep him in the game.
I understand, but it's very disheartening when you have all those good receivers and you see Justin Watson.
Well, okay, so it's fair to ask what KC Lion Squad's going to ask. Why send Justin on a deep fly pass play, though? Well, that's his role. He's a field stretcher. The dude runs a 4.3.
But we have guys that run 4.2s.
But they're not big.
4.3s are slow around here. Get it together.
He's not big. Justin is big and physical, though. That's the thing. More than likely, he's going to run that play 15 times a game, and Mahomes may throw it once. Now, the odds of ever connected on that are
He did win the route.
He won the route. He just
couldn't
drop it.
He just pulled an MVS. He was like, hey, we don't have Marquez Valdez-Scantling anymore, so let me take this role.
And what did it do? It hit him in the fingertips, if I remember, right?
Yeah. Well,
edge of the fingertips.
Right through his hands.
Okay. I was going to say maybe Mahomes. I would say Mahomes at the end of the day is probably going to say he could have thrown the ball a little better.
He would, but I mean, even the guys calling the game were like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure he should have caught it. But it is what it is, man.
It's tough.
How many of those did MVS drop? And there were still people wanting the guy back in the offseason.
Nobody really wanted him back.
There was a lot of people that were.
Flapjack with the 2 bombs says Buffalo starting to look like poop. What do you think about it, Mike? Did you watch any of that game last night?
Buffalo is poop. Buffalo is what everybody says the Chiefs is.
Buffalo's smoke and mirrors, bro.
They're smoke and mirrors. Josh Allen does not have great stats. He is Jalen Hurts.
Yes, from 2 years ago or whatever. Yes. He literally is cashing
rushing touchdowns from
absolutely.
James Cook. Congratulations, James Cook should be
his stats
your
are
MVP.
great. Stats are great. All them touchdowns. Damn, Mike, you know what?
CBS didn't even say that he threw an interception yesterday. They called it an arm punt and didn't even put it in his stat line on the screen at the end of the game. But they put Drake May's interception on there. And the dude had 150 yards and a touchdown. His stats aren't better than Lamar Jackson. Okay. Obviously, wins isn't a thing, because if wins were a thing, you'd give it to Mahomes at 14-1.
Right.
And believe me, if you take Mahomes off the field, do you think the Chiefs are 14-1?
Mike, but that's a fraudulent 14-1. They're not really 14-1.
But what's the point of an MVP? You're supposed to be the most valuable player. If you remove that player from the team, you lose.
Right.
There is no more important player in this league than Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I don't know, Mike. Just a week ago, everybody was saying that we can win every game with Carson Wentz.
I mean, we could. We got a good team. We've got a good team. I think we can still win games, but you're not 14-1.
Who else are they going to run those quarterback sneak touchdowns from the half-yard line with if they don't have Josh Allen? You can say that with
Lamar. You can say that with Josh Allen. You can say that. Take them off the team, and they're going to lose a bunch. But it's not like Josh Allen's got the craziest stats you've ever seen in your life. Like, this dude is babied by the media.
It's rough. They're really trying to push a narrative. Casey Lion Squad with a 2 bomb says Justin ain't it for stretching the field. It's debatable, I suppose. He won his route. We'll say that. He just didn't cash in. Also, Casey Lion Squad says Wanye looks good at right tackle, his natural position. Who would have thought Wanye would be a little bit better at right tackle?
Yeah, he's a right tackle. He's not a left tackle.
That's true. But shout out to the offensive line. I thought they had a really good day. Joe Tooney's still killing it out there as a stand-in left tackle. So,
yeah, Joe Tooney, by the way. Joe Tooney, I want to say he had 98. I just tweeted that out this morning. Let me just go get it for you. I'll say the exact thing. Joe Tooney, over his last 2 games at left tackle, he's had 98 pass blocking reps, 14 pressures, 11 hurries, 3 hits, no sacks. So, I mean, look, 14 pressures and 11 hurries and 3 QB hits, probably not ideal in 2 games. But compared to what we got, that's like having, caviar after eating a dirty hot dog for 6 weeks. Okay? Like, beggars can't be choosers. And I tell you right now, if DJ Humphries doesn't come in and play very, very well, I would almost just go back to Humphries or go back to Joe Tooney to end the year.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, why
Mike
wouldn't you?
Caliendo is a flat-out dog.
Just
at
keep
left-
it the way it
left
is.
guard.
Don't fix what's not broken.
Right. So if Humphreys comes in against the Steelers and still looks a little bit shaky on his hammy, or he's just not getting it together quick enough, I would not
Shut it down.
hesitate
Yeah.
to go back to Joe Tootie just for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Mike, we got some more comments to get to. We got a lot more Chiefs football to talk about. But real quick, I just wanted to say thank you for being here this morning. We appreciate you. Do us a favor, hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. It helps us out tremendously. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure to hit that like button, share that out to your friends and family. And if you're watching on X, make sure to repost that out to your followers. That would be awesome. And right now, we're going to take a quick 1-minute break. Do us a favor, hang with us. Stick around. Don't leave. We're going to talk about a lot more Chiefs football.
Grab yourself a drink. We'll be
Grab
right
yourself
back.
a drink.
Today's show is sponsored by Manta Sleep Mask. You got to check this out. We weren't big believers in sleep masks. I thought they were going to be too big, too hot, too bulky. But Manta Sleep Mask changed that perception for me. These sleep masks are so comfortable. You can change the cup around your eye and find a custom fit. That way the mask finds your comfortability. With these pillows around your eyes, you feel zero pressure. And with a 100% blackout technology, you can go to sleep anytime, day or night, no matter how erratic your sleep schedule is. You can go with the sound mask, the pro mask, the silk mask, or just the sleep mask. You should go check out their website by clicking the link we have provided for you in the description below and read up on which option sounds best for you. But regardless of which mask you choose, use our code ACU10 at checkout and receive a 10% discount that we have secured through Manta Sleep for you, Chiefs Kingdom. Again, go to the description, find the link, find the mask you want to try out, use code ACU10 and get yourself some of the best sleep you've ever had in preparation of this long football season.
Let's go, baby.
Steve, you know what didn't put us to sleep was the Chiefs versus the Texans. The offense for the first time was fun to watch a little bit.
It was beautiful. Yeah, if you're just rolling in today, appreciate you being here. But we've been talking about the Chiefs-Texans a little bit. We didn't get to have a post-game after the game or yesterday, so we're doing it a little bit today.
Steve, but what should the NFL be very afraid of? Like, what specifically are they scared of? And I'll tell you what it is. It's Hollywood Brown. It's the emergence of Xavier Worthy. It's the fact that D-Hop is a human vacuum cleaner. If Willie Gay was on the team, he'd be throwing it at people.
Yeah,
okay?
he would.
He'd be throwing D-Hop around. Love
dude,
Willie Gay. Sorry you had to catch a stray.
Just the Chiefs offense in general. It's just like Patrick Mahomes. We've been talking about it for 8 years or how many ever years he's been playing total. But it's like, it's always, if Patrick Mahomes had this, if Patrick Mahomes had that, it would be insane.
No more ifs.
There's no more ifs. Patrick Mahomes has the best wide receiver core he has ever had. He has a ridiculous wide receiver core. If we're just talking about the entire league, is there any other team out there that has a better wide receiver core from front to back than the Chiefs? And I don't think there is.
Dude, okay, look, you can make arguments but here's why. Here's the only way you can make arguments is because Hollywood's not played a lot of games here. Xavier Worthy's just like a rookie. That's your only arguments.
Yeah.
But outside of that, and maybe
Juju's
D-Hop's a little older and
banged up.
Juju's a little older, but name recognition or name across the board, I mean, they're pretty solid, and you're still leaving out
And
Travis
it's
Kelce.
dynamic. Yes, and it's dynamic. And that's what I was wanting to talk about, too. It's like, we don't only have guys that are out here running 4-2.
Could you imagine if Rashee Rice was playing right now?
It'd be insane, dude. It'd be
Dude,
insane.
this was the team we were supposed to see minus D-Hop. Okay, like we were gifted D-Hop because of all the he's like the
what a gift, though.
you know, he's like the coal that we got in the stocking because we got all the IRs, but then like a little diamond popped out in D-Hop.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Gotta love it.
This team was nasty.
Bryant Williamson with the 2 bombs says, hear ye, Merry Christmas. God bless ACU crew. Merry Christmas, Bryant. Appreciate you, my man.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Thanks for the support. We got Chief Royal Hawk with the 5 bombs. Says Kelce needs one of those energy drinks they pimp out on their podcast because he looks sad and tired. He does sometimes.
You think, okay, look, maybe Kelsey's just, I think he'll get it. Like maybe he gets in the Christmas spirit a little bit. He realizes that, hey, it's playoffs. It's time to step up. I think he'll be fine.
Well, that's the thing. It's go time. Like right now.
Can I ask you a hypothetical?
What?
Everybody says that Kelsey's waiting for the playoffs. And then you've got the other side that says he's washed, he's not good. The other side says he's good, he's being saved, he'll be good in the playoffs. If Kelce goes in the playoffs, let's just say we win, we get our 3-peat. we win 3 games, right? Because you're going to win 2 with the 1 seed bye, and you're going to win the Super Bowl. So you get 3 games. Kelce in none of those 3 games hit 100 yards. Kelce in none of those 3 games gets over 5 receptions. And Kelce scores, 1 touchdown or worse. Is Kelce washed at that point? Like, does Kelce have to perform big time in the playoffs to beat? Because if you said all year that he's just waiting for the playoffs,
but then
he don't show out.
I don't think it's either of those.
What does that make?
I think what we're seeing this season, especially on Saturday's game, is that Kelce is a very unselfish player, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that. Kelce does a lot of things away from the ball. Kelce does a lot of stuff all game long where he's not in spotlight. Yeah, Kelce's always been a guy that's in the spotlight, and he loves it, and he eats it up. But, I mean, he's still putting in the work when he's not. He'll let everybody else eat, and he's happy for it. So I think that's what you're seeing going on a little bit here. But I think you will see a different animal come playoff time. You have to think, man, it's crunch time for these guys, right? You're getting ready to have 2 more games.
Win or go home, man.
Win and beat Pittsburgh, and then you're sitting on your butt for 2 weeks, resting, recovering, ready for the playoffs.
Right. Appreciate the 5, Royal Hawk. Lion Squad said we overcame all the missed penalties like champs do. Daggone right. Am I in the right spot?
Yeah, you're good. I take it back. I'll take it back from you. Perry with the 2 bomb. He says, crazy thing, the what play is Worthy had a touchdown as well.
Yeah. Well, you can see that's what Hollywood did. Hollywood made that offense to where there were a lot of weapons, and you can't cover them all. There are going to be multiple. Look, Pat actually got a couple things right. This week he took the dump down on a play, the underneath that he missed.
P-Ron had a day because of this kind of thing.
Right. And like we still seen Mahomes take a shot deep. He forced a shot when he had an underneath route that was still like, picked up the first. I think it was a 3rd down play. He had the 1st down. He decided to take the shot. That may have been the Justin Watson throw, actually. Now, I have to go back and watch, but Pat's still pressing just a little bit, but Pat is about 90% there.
He's getting there, baby.
He's
the highest score. The highest score.
And again, it's because his weapons are coming back, and he's feeling a little bit better protected, I think.
Yeah.
He's got that Trojan working.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, man. Casey Lion Squad with a 2 says, I hope to see X or Hollywood on deep shots. Yeah.
They'll take them. Like, believe me, they're not going to stop running the X deep. Like, that's what that kid does, but...
No, but I love what they're doing with him. Mike, I've been saying that all year. I'm like, let's do some drag routes or something where he can beat the defenders east to west because he's so fast they can't keep up with him.
So many times with our boy Tyreek.
Yeah, they can't keep up with him.
He could blow the top off of anything, but you better believe there were so many plays where he just ran a crossing route in the middle of the field, got between those safeties, and outran everybody to pay dirt. And that's what he could do. And Hollywood could do that too. I don't think Mahomes and Hollywood are perfectly on the same page. There was 1 or 2 plays where Mahomes still hit him, but he didn't put it in the right spot. He was a little behind it, a little whatever. And then he missed him on one. When he rolled to the right, and he kind of overthrew him a little bit. Mm-hmm. That was a beautiful play if they could have pulled that off. But it'll come. It'll come.
Yeah. Perry with the 2 bomb. What's up, Perry? He says the Bills are 2-3 versus playoff teams. If the Lions were healthy, it might have been 1-4. What do you think about the Bills, man? Is it still the same old song and dance in Buffalo? Are they a great team and they're the greatest team in the world? But when it's crunch time, when you're playing a good team or you're in a big spotlight.
If yesterday was not a wake-up call to the Bills, then they are going to get beat one of these last 2 games. I don't know who'll do it. I don't know if the Patriots have enough in the tank, but the Patriots gifted them a lot of turnovers. If the Patriots clean those turnovers up, they probably win that game yesterday. And that was at Buffalo, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So they have to go to New England. The Jets could very well – Rodgers may just pull one out of his butt and try to give the Jets at least something to cheer about in his entire tenure there because he's probably going to be gone at the end of the year. So It wouldn't surprise me if one of those 2 teams didn't knock Buffalo off here. But look, what's going to be real funny is the Chiefs get that number 1 seed and Buffalo's the 2, and then you was to have the Bengals sneak into the playoffs and Joe Burrow just go up there and put one on them. That would crack me up. That would crack me up. But I don't think it's going to happen. I still don't think Buffalo's going to sneak in. Or not Buffalo, but Cincy.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Jacob with the 5 bomb says, if the Finns release Campbell, would you want the Chiefs to snag him? He's 38.
Calais?
38. He's my age almost. That's wild.
Yeah.
What an
you
old
can't
man.
Get out of bed in the morning, bro.
I know. I was struggling today.
Calais Campbell's probably
Back
a little
was
bit better
hurting.
shape than you are, though, I'd say. So
Nah.
I don't think I would mess with him because everybody we've touched to play defensive end has just literally fell into oblivion. We've got guys on the team, and
They probably wouldn't use them anyway, Jacob.
Yeah, they're not even going to use them.
Casey Lion Squad with a 2 says, do we win without Chris Jones? Pray he plays Wednesday. Mike, what do you think about his little calf strain, I think they're calling it? I thought it was just a cramp is what I thought was happening there.
Kind of looked like it. He may not play. But if it's up to Chris Jones, he probably will play. Maybe his snaps will be limited, but we can win without Chris Jones. You can win without him. I mean, you're going to play Russell Wilson. Like, they're going to do what they do. You know the Steelers. If Pickens plays or not, they're going to go out and throw a moon ball. That's what they're going to do. Right. They're going to try to get the officials to throw flags and move them up the field on cheap penalties. It is what it is. But the Chiefs should be able to stop that, to be honest. You should be able to stop that without even Chris Jones. I don't think Chris Jones necessarily has to play.
I agree. I mean, if he needs the rest, go ahead and give it to him. I think we can still win.
Turk Wharton's played a hell of a season this year, and now that you got Omenihu back and he's got his legs back under him, they can all kick in inside and help Chris Jones, like, to fill that void a little bit.
Right. Kevin Anderson with the 2 bomb says, what did you think of Wanye at right guard? I think he meant right tackle. Or what do you think of Wanye? Oh, at right. You mean what if? I got you.
Yeah, like if Trey Smith don't get re-signed.
I think that's been the thing with Wanye. I think we knew from the beginning he was either going to be a right tackle or a guard. He has kind of like a guard. He just looked like a guard to me.
Wasn't Wanye just drafted to be kind of like the Swiss Army knife of an offensive line? Like, that's what he is. So,
well,
he's better suited on the right side than the left.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Kennard in a way. Like, he don't have that vicious play of Kennard, but he has kind of that body type to where it's like,
look at how he's built. Yeah, not to be like Diddy or nothing, but look at how he's built. He's built with that big tree trunk lower body, and kind of like he doesn't have the same like width in the shoulders and stuff as he's got the lower body. So he's almost built like a guard or a center, to be honest. But he can play right tackle as well. He played right tackle in college. He's played a little left too, but it's not ideal. I mean, his ideal position is probably right guard, right tackle.
Yeah, I think so too.
I want to see what Kingsley does. A lot of people might have forgot about him, or they're on the fence that he stinks. Kingsley just needed some time to learn. I hope in the offseason Kingsley could actually hit. Would it not be nasty if, for example, if Jawan Taylor sees the door, or they can't get Trey Smith signed, that you can get him in, but also get Kingsley in? And have these guys play at a high level, like, it would be really nice. And let's not forget C.J. Hansen. We drafted him. Hunter Norzad, he can flat out play too. Like, all these guys are going to learn a little bit. So I like the prospects of our offensive line going forward, but I do think we need to invest into a legit left tackle.
Yeah, for sure. Hannah with the 5 bomb says Wanye was so much better at right tackle than left tackle. He came in last minute Saturday, played 20 snaps, and PFF said 0 pressure allowed, and a 79.2 pass block grade, a career high. It's a different ball game over there on the right side, for the most part.
Trying to say this. This is why when people say Kingsley's this or that, or Wanye stinks or whatever.
I mean, they're playing out of position.
They do struggle, but when you play out of position, that's what I said too. You kick Jawan Taylor to the left side, he's going to struggle just as bad.
Well, that's why left tackle is a premium position in the NFL. Because
that's why they get paid. That's why they're sought after.
Kevin with the 5 bomb says, I think we play the same O-line the rest of the year. Wanye at right guard. What's wrong with Trey?
Maybe he's meaning right tackle.
I think he means right tackle. And if that's the case, then I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily put Wanye in front of Jawan Taylor if he wasn't hurt. But, I mean, I think it'd be okay too.
What did let me see what Jawan Taylor did before he was injured. Taylor just hurt his knee a little bit, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think Jawan Taylor, he's not been like
they got to practice today.
In the last
so what
4
I'm going to
weeks.
say is he's limited. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he's going to be limited practice. He's not going to be full practice. If he's full participant today, he'll play on Wednesday, hands down. But in my opinion, he's going to be a limited participant in practice today. They're going to see how he looks on Tuesday. But even if Jawan Taylor can't go, though, I feel good enough about Wanya at right tackle that I don't think I'd be that,
Right. It's not as scary as Wanya playing left tackle,
Okay, so he played 40 snaps, Jawan Taylor, 40 pass block snaps, 3 pressures, 3 hurries, no hits, no sacks. So, I mean, he's got a little better. He struggled there for a few weeks, like Buffalo, Carolina, Vegas. He went 4 pressures, 5 pressures, 4 pressures, but the last 3 weeks he's only given up 3. And he's not giving up a sack now in 3 weeks either. So he had a 4-game stretch where he gave up 6 sacks. Denver, Buffalo, Carolina, Vegas, weeks 10 through 13. He's not giving up a sack now in 3 games. So I actually think Jawan Taylor's played a little bit better as well. So at the beginning of the year,
he had a bad little stretch there, but I mean, for the most part,
I actually thought Jawan Taylor coming into this season in his second year with the team, I actually thought he could have almost played at a Pro Bowl level. I was very much expecting him for his salary to be able to figure it out.
Well, that's what people expect, right? And the other thing is, it's like if you eliminate like the whole penalty thing, like where everybody just thinks he gets a penalty every 2 seconds, like he's not been bad. Like he's been pretty good, but he did have a bad stretch there for a minute. So Casey Lion Squad with a 2-bomb says, do y'all think our old friend Steven Nelson plays soon? I don't think it's necessary. I didn't think it was necessary. I don't think he sees the field.
Would it surprise me if they put him on
in for a few snaps
if
or
they
something?
activated him? Yeah. It wouldn't. But I will say this: the last few weeks when Spagnuolo was talking about him, it actually sounded like Spags wasn't even that like in on having him here.
Right.
Like it almost felt like Spags was like, I didn't even.
Spags was like
this.
us. He'd been hanging out with us. He was like, I don't want that guy. Don't do this to me, Brett.
But it wouldn't surprise me. Look, why don't you maybe in the final week, maybe not against Pittsburgh, but maybe the final week against Denver, if you've already got the one locked up and you're not playing a lot, maybe you activate him, let him play, see what he's got going into the playoffs.
Great.
So
we'll see.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Jacob with the 5 bombs says, Rice injury sucks, but I'm happy D-Hop is here. Would love to see him get a ring. Traveling the world with Tay-Tay was a lot for Kelce. Maybe that's why he's so tired, you think? Or maybe he just misses her all the time. He's so sad. He's heartbroken on the sidelines.
She's home, though, now.
He sees
the last few games.
He sees Samaje Perine out there getting a little pee-pee on the PP, and he that's what he wants to do, Maybe.
I ain't talking about it. I don't want to talk about his PP.
Appreciate the 5-bomb, Jacob. Talon with the 10 says this offense is going to turn up pretty damn soon. Worthy just missed that touchdown catch, and Watson should have caught the damn ball. I hope Andy realizes that Perine is underutilized and he needs the rock in January. Perine has been a little underutilized. I'll agree with that. They went and got him, and they never hardly used him. I don't think he's a huge piece, but
Can I give you a hot take?
What's the hot take?
Without Jerick McKinnon, that entire dynamic to our offense has been underutilized this year.
Absolutely.
They've
100%.
not used anybody
That's not a hot
in
take.
that spot.
That's not a hot take.
I know. But they've not used anybody in that spot. Like,
yeah, but
you've seen Perine get used like McKinnon did, and look at how the offense looked differently. But you've yet to see that. They haven't let Carson Steele try it. Carson Steele catch the ball in the backfield, but he stinks at blocking, so you got that. Pacheco should have been able to do that, but he's been injured a lot this year. Kareem Hunt really wasn't getting a lot of chances out of the backfield. Like, we've not utilized the backfield pass catchers. We've just not done that yet. But you've seen that dynamic come back a little bit the other day with Perine.
Right. Well,
so maybe we can do it.
When you have a receiving core the way we do, that can stretch the field the way they can, and all those
a lot of open yardage.
Absolutely, I think that any running back, if they can catch the ball, like in pitch and catch, like here you go,
they're
going to eat, bro.
Steve, people hated this idea, but we threw this out in the preseason, was to maybe go get a guy like Alvin Kamara, who wasn't necessarily happy with the Saints.
Could you imagine?
We needed a running back.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
That's why we had to go out and get Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt does that type of thing, and we haven't really utilized him either.
But could you have imagined? And we were on with the whole, we were probably going to need a running back at some point, and we did.
Yeah. Yogi with the 5 bomb says, I hope they sit CJ if he's not 100%. Kelce needs to shave the stupid haircut he's been carrying all season. You think the haircut's the reason why Kelce's been a little bit off? Mahomes don't like the do, and they can't.
What's
they
his
can't see
haircut
eye to
look
eye.
like what's the haircut? Is it like a butt cut?
I don't know. It's a Hollywood haircut.
Is he rocking like a 1990s like Saved by the Bell-esque type of haircut? Like what's he rocking?
He's got something going on there, brother. I'm not for sure, but I know people have been not liking that haircut. Kelce's had some weird do's over the years, and I think this one takes the cake, though. You know,
I guess I'm gonna have to find a picture of it.
Mike, hear that gifted membership train rolling in? Peter Ortiz with 5 gifted memberships. Give him a round of applause, everybody. Appreciate you, Peter Ortiz.
If you
Thanks
get
for
a
sharing the
membership,
wealth.
give Peter a duke in the chat, ladies and gents.
Do it to it. We'll be squeezing in the members only live stream sometime this week, probably after Christmas, obviously. Giving away a signed Felix and Udiko Uzama jersey in hopes that a little bit of good juju goes his way and he can get out there and contribute. Come on, Felix.
Hey, can we look before we get into like anything else? Can we see how much Felix played the other day? 6 snaps.
We got to know, Felix. You got to get better.
6 snaps, bro.
That's a round 1 draft pick, son.
A round 1 draft pick got less snaps than Derek Nottie and Keith Taylor. Dude, Are you kidding me? What is wrong with Felix Uzama? Like, what is that?
What happened?
Only Cam Jones and Deion Bush played less.
Yeah. Hey,
and if you add in their special teams, they outplayed him.
Yeah, it's just, I don't even know. I'm speechless about that. Like, good grief, man. The pitchforks are about to come out on Felix.
I think people's just forgotten about him.
That's pretty sad. He's so bad they forgot to get their pitchforks.
At least
out.
with Sky Moore, it was like a talking point because he was actually on the field. You could see him.
Speaking of, did you think that was hilarious and ridiculous that Netflix used Sky Moore in the graphic for the Christmas Day game?
They did?
Yeah.
No way.
Like, talk about interns for Netflix not knowing what's going on. Good grief. Appreciate the 5 gifted, Peter. If you guys got one of those, make sure to thank him in the chat. Thanks for being a legend. Casey Lion Squad with the 10 bombs says Kelce talked about a play that he and Noah ran the same curl route on both sides of the line, and he pointed to Noah to let Pat know to throw to Noah because Kelce, had the double team. Yeah, I saw that, and I also heard the broadcasters talking about it. But when I watched the replay, it looked like he pointed after he caught the ball. Like,
I remember the play. Yeah, I'm not for sure.
It's like he already caught it. Why are we pointing now? And I don't know if that's, that cool. I don't know. But maybe it was a different play. But I love the dynamic of Noah Gray, too. I'm glad he's okay. He went down for a little bit there. But do you think Noah Gray felt obligated, no matter how injured he was, to just get up and get off the field and not take away from what just happened to Tank Dale? Because it was literally Noah. It was literally like the next play or something, and he got hurt, and he didn't want to get up. You could tell he didn't want to get up or couldn't get up, but he forced himself off the field because he didn't. He was like, I can't do it. But no, I love Noah Gray, Travis Kelce thing. That's something else that I think Andy's going to utilize a lot come playoff time too. Wouldn't be surprised to see Noah Gray have a couple big games.
Noah Gray is a guy that he's a very good weapon. And what you've seen is the Chiefs kind of pulled away for a little bit from 12 and 13 personnel the other day.
Yeah, but I think you'll see it again. But it's easy to pull away from that when you
have
the
receiving. We went to it out of necessity
a
lot, though.
Yeah.
With a lot of but you do have that in your arsenal. And I do think there will be times and teams, and you could see it this week against Pittsburgh. The way Pittsburgh's designed to play defense, you might see some bigger personnel. So you may see a Noah Gray game.
Maybe. Hannah with the 2 bomb says, mark my words, next year Kingsley will be a great left tackle.
I like the confidence.
I do too. I do think he's going to be a good offensive lineman.
I like Kingsley. Kingsley's a good kid. Like he understands and he does take it to heart. I mean, it's his culture. Like Polynesian culture, man, they're very proud and they want to be good.
And you know what? When you got somebody else in your family who's out there just absolutely killing it, you got to try to live up to that.
Dude, he kind of looks like him a little bit too. Have you ever seen pictures, like just really good pictures of Panay Sewell? Like they're pretty similar.
But I think Kingsley's going to be good.
He works hard, man. We heard it from Swayze. like he said he's out there all the time. He's in the film room. He's doing extra practice before and after. Like he wants to get better. To me, it was just like shock. It was just playing it's like being thrown. It's like if you just pulled me on the couch and put me on the PGA Tour. I'm getting crushed.
Right. It's a tough gig, that left tackle position, you know.
It is.
Our boy Kyle with the 5 bomb says during warm-up Saturday, Wanye was at right tackle and Kingsley was at left tackle. Tells me that is the plan for the future. We've kind of thought that might be the plan going forward. We talked about that earlier in the season, Kyle, if you remember. I don't know how that'll turn out, but I mean, ideally, I think that is kind of what they had their eye on. Like maybe Kingsley can turn out to be our left tackle, and then we'll just slide Wanye over to the right. Jawan Taylor, we don't have to pay him a boatload of money. And I think that might be what they had a vision for. And it still could turn out that way.
I honestly think the most intriguing thing to watch this offseason for the Chiefs is going to be what they do with left guard and right guard. Because we've got 2 amazing guards.
That's true.
And Tooney, I'm not for sure how Tooney's contract works, but I'm pretty sure he's up for something here. And then we know Trey Smith's going to be a free agent, so... Right. How are we going to be able to pay him? Can we do it? Caliendo is showing that he can step in and play. So Caliendo's emergence is actually, it's bad news for one of those 2 probably, sadly. Right. But, dude, it's going to be fascinating to watch. I'm glad I'm not Brett Veach this offseason because, dude, could you imagine Brett Veach lets Snead go and then maybe Trey Smith walk the next year? Fans are going to want to.
Yeah, those are tough decisions you got to make, though, you know?
Yeah, it's tough decisions, dude, but those are some fan favorites, and he had to let one go last year.
We sit around wanting to be Brett Veach and get to pick this and that, but at the same time, we don't talk about the back end.
I just want to draft. He can do all the other stuff. Let me draft, particularly, you know.
Shout out Jay Kelce with the 2 bomb. We appreciate you, Jay. Thanks for your support. The legend himself, Steve-O, is in the house with the 2 bomb. He says, Merry Christmas, ACU, the Kings of Blue Chew. Merry Christmas, Steve-O. And then Ty is made an appearance. What's up, Ty? Been a member for 17 months. He says, hey, family, sorry I'm late to the show. Man, it's crazy to say we're sitting at 14-1. Hope everyone is doing well, and I have full confidence we will win on Christmas and lock this 1 seed. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Ty. I do, too. I think the Chiefs, I think it's like pretty obvious. Like, we need to win this and get a couple weeks of rest. And get everybody ready. I mean,
if Buffalo had crapped the bed last night and lost that game,
I know they might have sit this game.
Would we have sit some people?
I don't think you would have saw.
Chris Jones would have definitely been sit.
Yeah, I don't think you would have saw the starters the entire game in its entirety. I don't.
I believe you may have seen 3 quarters.
Maybe. What would be cool is we go out there and just absolutely blow out the Steelers and sit them at halftime anyway.
This is going to be in Pittsburgh, so it's going to be a doom, gloomy game.
It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game.
Have y'all ever been to Pittsburgh?
It just looks like Gotham City.
Dude, it's in the middle of a forest. You look like you're in a mountain range. All of a sudden, you come through a tunnel, and boom, there it is. And it's the most dingy, cloudy city you've ever seen in your life.
Somehow you can be dingy and yellow at the same time.
It's very weird, but it just gets you in a mood. Like, you're just in a sad mood.
A lot of chain link fences and pit bulls, we'll say that.
Chain link fences.
Yep. Hannah with the 5 bombs says Spags trades or drafts defensive players, Felix Uche, but yet rarely uses them. It's like having a roster depth is his baby security blanket. It is weird. Uche, we heard from Nate Taylor. He don't think we'll see him in a freaking uniform.
I don't think Spags had any desire to bring in Joshua Uche.
Well, he doesn't fit.
He's not his style.
He's not. I think
if I'm not mistaken, Brett Veach is probably the one that pushed for even B.J. Thompson. B.J. Thompson's just not that style either. And you've seen, I wish B.J. could have played this year and see what happened, but you've seen his first year, he wasn't really contributing much. Like, it's just not the right style. Spags wants big, clunky, G-Wagon type, he does, defensive ends that can't turn in a 50-acre field. That's what he wants.
Charles Omenihu kind of transcends that, right? He's both. He's both of those things. And I think that's why he succeeds so well.
Omenihu may get a payday here in
the
might. Offseason.
And if you think about it, you know who Omenihu reminds me of? I don't know, his name escapes me, but the guy that we got from Cincinnati in the back end of his career that we had for a year.
Oh, Carlos Dunlap.
Yeah, it's what he reminds me of, just tall, long, but he can do a lot of different things. He can set the edge and he can get some pressure on the quarterback. Like, that's what he reminds me of. And I'm with you. I think he might get a payday here, for real, if he keeps it up. Now, I do think, Charles, if you're watching, we do respect you. Everybody respects you. You don't have to have that chip on your shoulder. I mean, you can have it if it helps you, but
Sorry, I was doing his dance.
a little less drama would be nice.
A lot of Buffalo X accounts make me want to throw down. It says Flapjack with a 5. Dude, they're
Cage match
farmers.
style.
And I'm telling you something, X is the weirdest place ever. It is just weird.
Yeah.
Like, they will put, it's a different kind of algorithm than anything else. Like, they've explained this before. I don't know what it's called, like open source algorithm or something. But basically, if you scroll and you stop on anything for a split second, or you interact with that, God forbid, you're going to see that all the time. So if you comment to one of these idiots, you're going to see it in your feed all day long, and it's going to kill your joy. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. So I absolutely just despise the way the X algorithms ran.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's weighted to ignorance. It's weighted for ignorance. That's all it is.
They're trying to make you mad, Flapjack.
Yeah,
don't let them win. It's Christmas
don't let
time.
Don't let the
P.
evil
Water with the 2 bombs says, Merry Christmas. Let's freaking go, Chiefs. Merry Christmas, everybody. Mike, it's Christmas.
Yeah, man.
It's here. It's crunch time. Like
Tomorrow's
we were talking
Christmas
about
Eve.
earlier. We were talking about earlier, you know, it's crunch time for the Chiefs, right? Is it not, in a nutshell? You know how like it's 2 days before Christmas right now, so crap, there's all these gifts I haven't got yet. I have to hurry up and get out here and get all this stuff done. It's time to start wrapping stuff up and get stuff ready and be ready to go. Had to get your Christmas sweaters going. You have to get everything going. It's crunch time. That's the way it is for the Chiefs right now in the season.
Is that the one you just bought?
It is.
At Buc-ee's?
Little Darth Vader, actually.
Steve got a little Darth Vader Christmas. Man, I wanted you to get the one that said, suck brick, kid.
Man, I wanted it. I did. But it wasn't a sweater.
Button-up Home Alone. It was beautiful.
I should have got both, but I was trying to be an adult about it, you know, and not just buy everything.
True.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome today, by the way. And we hit a goal, actually.
Today has
we had
been
a goal
very
set.
great. You guys
we had a
been
goal
awesome.
set. If we got 20 super chats today, that we would do a Christmas Day live stream and give some stuff away. Well, guess what we have to do, Mike? We get to play Santa Claus on Christmas Day, baby.
Okay.
Because we hit the goal. You guys are amazing. Appreciate it.
I got some stuff to give away, actually. You want me to preview it?
No. Let them. No, it's Christmas. You don't preview the gifts.
Okay. I've got at least
hell?
like 3 or 4 things we could give away
No, it's got to be a surprise.
that are nice.
Mike, will you dress up like Santa Claus for the live stream?
I wear a Santa hat, but I'm not going to roll out the whole Santa Claus outfit.
It'd be cool
What's
if
the
you
point?
had
You
like
only
the
see me
white
from
beard
here.
and everything. Yeah, I know. That'd be cool.
I
Just
could
wear a
put the
red
beard.
shirt.
I could do the beard, maybe.
Just wear a red shirt and a beard. And
I'm
a
going to
hat.
dress up as Saint Nick Mahomes.
Oh, Saint
I'll have
Patrick.
a Mahomes hair, but it's
Saint Rick?
Santa white.
I'm okay with it. Appreciate you guys being here, by the way. If you're new to the channel and you've enjoyed what you've seen today, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Help us out. Also, if you haven't hit that like button, hit that on your way out. And shout out to BetUS for powering today's live stream. Also, Man to Sleep. Get over there in the description. Click those links and support the places that are supporting this channel. And Mike, anything left for Chiefs Kingdom today? I think at least the song's in order.
I don't know, man.
We're not gonna see the people before Christmas. I don't think.
We're gonna see them on Christmas, and that's when all the songs are going down.
Are you sure?
But today I gotta save the voice.
You gotta get the Christmas cheer up.
It's Christmas time. What's that one?
No need to be afraid, Roger. It's Christmas time.
Let's go watch Christmas movies.
Let's do it. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Go Chiefs.
There goes a sight from my soul.